Ever noticed how certain plus-size women over 50 command attention with their impeccable style and confidence? Their secret isn't expensive designer clothing, it's hidden styling techniques they rarely share. Today, I'm revealing 25 exclusive styling secrets that elegant plus-size women keep to themselves. Wait until you hear secret number 14. It will completely transform your wardrobe approach. Secret number 1. The strategic proportion rule. Plus-size women understand the power of strategic proportions when styling an outfit. This means creating visual balance by combining fitted and more relaxed elements to highlight your best features while creating an elegant silhouette. The mistake many women make is wearing everything oversized to hide their curves, or conversely, wearing everything too fitted. Both approaches can create an unbalanced appearance that lacks the sophistication elegant women are known for. Instead, follow the rule of defining at least one area while allowing others to flow more gently. For example, pair a more fitted top that defines your bust line with fluid wide leg trousers, or balance a more relaxed tunic with slim-fitting pants that showcase shapely legs. This strategic approach creates visual harmony while ensuring comfort and elegance. Consider how this technique draws attention to your favourite features while creating a balanced silhouette. Proportion is everything in sophisticated dressing, regardless of size. Secret number 2. The vertical line technique. Elegant plus-size women use the vertical line technique to create a streamlined, elongating effect that appears instantly polished and intentional. This doesn't mean wearing only stripes, it's about creating unbroken visual pathways that guide the eye up and down, rather than across. The technique involves creating continuous vertical elements through colour, seaming, accessories, or draping. A column of colour, perhaps navy trousers with a navy blouse, creates an uninterrupted line that elongates the silhouette. Strategic details like vertical seaming, long necklaces, scarves draped to create length, or cardigans left open all contribute to this elongating effect. For women over 50, this approach offers a sophisticated alternative to busy patterns or complicated styling that can appear chaotic rather than refined. It creates a cohesive, elegant appearance that photographs beautifully and always looks intentional rather than haphazard. This technique works with any colour palette and can be adapted for all occasions. The key is maintaining that unbroken vertical pathway that creates length and elegance in your silhouette. Secret number 3. The quality fabric priority. Plus-size women prioritise fabric quality above all else, understanding that how a material drapes and moves on a curvier body dramatically affects the overall appearance. They invest in natural fibres and premium blends that skim rather than cling, creating a refined silhouette regardless of size. For women over 50, fabric quality becomes even more crucial as bodies naturally change. Elegant women seek out materials with appropriate weight and structure, not too flimsy to provide support, but not so stiff they create unwanted volume. They understand that cheap, thin fabrics reveal every contour, while heavy, rigid materials can add unnecessary bulk. The most flattering fabrics include wool crepe, silk blends, fine cotton with a touch of stretch, and jersey with appropriate weight and recovery. These materials move with the body rather than against it, creating a sophisticated drape that enhances rather than fights your natural shape. Quality fabrics maintain their appearance throughout wear, avoiding the sagging and bagging that can occur with inferior materials. This investment creates a more polished, expensive-looking wardrobe, regardless of the price point. If you're enjoying these style insights and want to learn more about timeless elegance, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. We share new videos every week with practical tips to help you look and feel your best. Now let's continue with more exclusive styling secrets. Secret number 4. The Tailoring Transformation. Elegant plus-size women never underestimate the power of proper tailoring. They ensure every garment fits their unique proportions perfectly, understanding that even the most expensive clothing looks cheap when poorly fitted. For women over 50, tailoring becomes even more crucial as bodies naturally change. Women develop relationships with skilled tailors who understand how to adjust garments for curvier figures, perhaps taking in a waist while leaving room in the hips, adjusting shoulder seams for a perfect drape, or modifying sleeves for the most flattering length. The most important areas to focus on are shoulders. Jackets should align perfectly with your natural shoulder line. Waistlines, subtle definition creates a feminine silhouette. and hemlines, pants and skirts should end at the most flattering point. These seemingly small adjustments dramatically improve how garments drape and move on your body. Tailoring transforms ordinary pieces into extraordinary ones, creating the impression of custom-made clothing regardless of where it was purchased. This attention to fit signals sophistication and self-awareness, hallmarks of truly elegant style. Secret number 5. The Monochrome Magic. Plus-size women harness the power of monochrome dressing, wearing different shades of the same colour from head to toe. This technique creates a streamlined, elongating effect that appears instantly polished and intentional without requiring complicated styling. The secret is combining different textures and tones within the same colour family to create depth and interest. A navy silk blouse paired with deeper navy wool trousers and perhaps a slightly lighter blue jacket creates dimension without interrupting that elongating vertical line. For plus-size women over 50, this approach offers a sophisticated alternative to busy patterns or high-contrast combinations that can visually segment the body. It creates a cohesive, elegant appearance that photographs beautifully and always looks intentional rather than random. Monochrome dressing works with any colour palette, not just neutrals. Rich jewel tones like burgundy, emerald or sapphire create particularly striking monochrome looks that flatter mature skin while maintaining that sophisticated, elongating effect. Secret number 6. The Strategic Structure Principle. Elegant plus-size women understand the power of strategic structure in their clothing. Rather than hiding under shapeless garments or squeezing into overly rigid pieces, they choose items with intentional architecture that works with their natural curves. The key is finding the perfect balance, structure where you want support and definition, with ease where you need movement and comfort. A jacket with subtle shaping at the waist creates definition without constriction. A dress with strategic seaming enhances curves in the most flattering way without clinging uncomfortably. For women over 50, this principle becomes even more valuable as bodies naturally change. Well-placed structure creates a refined silhouette without requiring uncomfortable compression or shapewear. It's about working with your body rather than against it. The most sophisticated women understand that structure should be invisible, creating shape through expert cutting and seaming rather than obvious construction elements like boning or heavy interfacing. This subtle approach creates elegance without sacrificing comfort. Secret number 7. The third piece formula. Plus-size women always add a third piece to complete their outfits. If you're wearing a top and bottom, 2 pieces, the third piece elevates the entire look from basic to sophisticated. This simple addition transforms an ordinary outfit into something that appears thoughtfully composed and intentionally styled. This third piece could be a structured blazer, a quality cardigan, a statement belt, or even a well-draped scarf. It adds dimension, interest and intention to what would otherwise be a simple combination. The third piece creates visual interest and often provides an opportunity to add structure, colour or texture to an otherwise simple foundation. For plus-size women over 50, the third piece offers an opportunity to add definition and sophistication to an outfit. A well-cut jacket can create structure through the shoulders and subtle shaping at the waist. A beautiful scarf can draw attention upward toward the face. A statement necklace can become a focal point that showcases your personal style. The most elegant women understand that this third piece should complement rather than compete with the foundation garments. It's about enhancement rather than distraction, adding just enough interest to elevate the entire look. Secret number 8. The Neckline Strategy. Elegant plus-size women pay particular attention to necklines, understanding that this area frames the face and can dramatically affect overall proportion. They choose necklines strategically to highlight their best features while creating balance and harmony in their silhouette. V necklines, soft scoops, portrait collars, and open shirts with collars are particularly flattering for many plus-size women, creating an elongating effect while drawing attention upward toward the face. Women avoid extremely high necklines that can create a shortened appearance, or very wide boat necks that can make shoulders appear disproportionately broad. For women over 50, the right neckline becomes even more important as it can draw attention to the face while providing appropriate coverage. elegant women understand that a well-chosen neckline creates a frame for the face, enhancing features while maintaining sophistication. The most flattering necklines typically create a V or U shape rather than a straight horizontal line, creating that elongating vertical effect that's so valuable for elegant dressing at any size. Secret number 9. The sleeve length wisdom. Plus-size women understand the impact of sleeve length on overall proportion and elegance. They choose sleeve lengths strategically to highlight their best features while creating a balanced, sophisticated appearance. The most flattering sleeve length for many women ends at the slimmest part of the arm, typically just above the wrist bone or at the mid-forearm. Elegant women avoid sleeves that end at the widest part of the upper arm or directly at the elbow joint, as these can create unflattering horizontal lines. For women over 50, thoughtful sleeve selection becomes even more important as arms naturally change with age. Three-quarter sleeves that end between the wrist and elbow create a feminine, flattering line while providing appropriate coverage. Bracelet-length sleeves that reveal just a hint of wrist bone create an elegant effect while drawing attention to often delicate wrists. The most sophisticated women also understand the importance of sleeve width, neither too tight, creating uncomfortable constriction, nor too voluminous, adding unnecessary bulk. The perfect sleeve skims the arm without clinging or billowing excessively. Secret number 10. The waist definition secret. Elegant plus-size women know that defining the waistline, even slightly, creates a more feminine, polished silhouette regardless of size. They use subtle techniques to achieve this without obvious cinching or uncomfortable compression garments. Rather than tight belts, they might choose garments with strategic seaming or subtle shaping at the natural waist, or position a scarf or necklace to draw the eye to the middle of the torso. Even with more relaxed-fitting garments, they ensure some element of the outfit suggests the waistline. For women over 50, this principle becomes even more important as natural waistlines may shift or become less defined. Strategic waistline definition creates a more balanced feminine silhouette without appearing to chase youth. It's about creating the impression of a defined waist without resorting to uncomfortable shapewear or overly fitted clothing. The most sophisticated women understand that waistline definition doesn't necessarily mean highlighting the smallest part of the torso. For some body types, defining the waist slightly higher or lower than the natural waistline creates a more balanced, flattering silhouette. Secret number 11. The accessory scale principle. Plus-size women understand the importance of appropriate scale in accessories. They choose pieces that complement their proportions rather than fighting against them, creating harmony and balance in their overall appearance. The key is selecting accessories with presence that stand up to a curvier frame without overwhelming it. Delicate, tiny jewellery can get lost on a plus-size woman, while excessively large pieces can appear costumey rather than elegant. The sweet spot is medium to moderately bold scale, pieces with enough presence to be noticed while maintaining sophistication. For women over 50, this principle extends to all accessories, from jewellery to handbags to scarves. A medium-sized structured handbag typically looks more proportionate than a tiny clutch or an oversized tote. A scarf with appropriate width and length creates more harmony than one that's extremely narrow or overwhelmingly large. The most elegant women also understand the importance of negative space in accessorizing, allowing each piece room to breathe rather than crowding multiple accessories in one area. This restrained approach signals confidence and sophistication. Secret number 12. The colour placement strategy. Elegant plus-size women use colour strategically to draw attention where they want it and create visual harmony in their outfits. They understand that colour attracts the eye, using this principle to highlight their best features while creating a cohesive, sophisticated appearance. The technique involves placing stronger or brighter colours near areas you want to highlight, perhaps a vibrant scarf to draw attention to the face, or a colourful shoe to showcase shapely ankles. Areas you prefer to de-emphasise might be dressed in more subdued tones that recede visually. For women over 50, thoughtful colour placement becomes even more valuable as it can draw attention upward toward the face, creating a lifting effect that's subtly flattering. A colourful top paired with deeper toned bottoms naturally draws the eye upward while creating that elongating vertical effect. The most sophisticated women understand that this doesn't mean wearing only dark colours on the bottom. Rather, it's about creating intentional focus through thoughtful colour choices throughout the outfit. Secret number 13, the Undergarment Foundation. Plus-size women know that what's underneath matters just as much as what's visible. They invest in quality undergarments that create a smooth, supported foundation for their clothing without uncomfortable compression or obvious construction. The secret is choosing undergarments specifically designed for curvier figures, bras that provide proper support without digging, panties that don't create visible lines, and smoothing pieces that create a refined silhouette without uncomfortable squeezing. These invisible foundations make everything you wear look more expensive and refined. For women over 50, proper undergarments become even more important as bodies naturally change. Elegant women seek out pieces that provide support and smoothing while remaining comfortable enough for all-day wear. They understand that the right foundations improve both the appearance of clothing and physical comfort. The most sophisticated women invest in multiple types of undergarments for different outfits and occasions, perhaps more structured support for formal wear and lighter, more comfortable options for casual settings. This thoughtful approach ensures the perfect foundation for every outfit. Secret number 14, the focal point method. Here's the game-changing secret I promised. Elegant plus-size women always create a deliberate focal point in their outfits. This strategic approach draws attention exactly where they want it, creating visual interest while ensuring the eye travels to their best features. This focal point could be a beautiful necklace that draws attention to the face, a structured jacket that creates definition through the torso, or even a pair of striking shoes that showcase shapely ankles. The key is intentionally creating this point of interest rather than allowing the eye to wander randomly across the silhouette. For women over 50, the focal point method offers an opportunity to highlight their best features while drawing attention away from areas they might prefer to de-emphasize. A statement necklace draws the eye upward, while a beautiful textured scarf creates interest near the face rather than the midsection. The most sophisticated women understand that less is more. One strong focal point creates more impact than multiple competing elements. This restrained approach signals confidence and style awareness, hallmarks of true elegance at any size. Secret number 15, the texture dimension technique. Elegant plus-size women use texture to create dimension and interest in their outfits without adding bulk or visual weight. They understand that different textures catch the light differently, creating subtle visual interest that appears sophisticated rather than busy. The technique involves combining different textures within the same colour family or complementary tones, perhaps a silk blouse with wool trousers, or a cashmere sweater with leather accents. This textural contrast creates depth and dimension without relying on patterns or bright colours to create interest. For women over 50, texture becomes an increasingly important styling tool, as they often gravitate toward more subtle colours. Rather than relying on bold patterns or bright colours to create interest, sophisticated women use texture to add dimension to their outfits. A monochromatic look in varying textures appears far more sophisticated than a flat, one-dimensional outfit in a single texture. The most elegant women understand that texture should be strategic, placing more substantial textures where you want structure, and lighter, smoother textures where you prefer less emphasis. This thoughtful approach creates visual interest while maintaining a refined, cohesive appearance. Secret number 16, the jewellery layering formula. Plus-size women have mastered the art of jewellery layering that creates interest without appearing overdone. They follow the principle of varying lengths and weights while maintaining a cohesive metal palette, creating a sophisticated, curated look that appears intentional rather than haphazard. For necklaces, they might layer a delicate 18-inch chain with a more substantial 24-inch pendant and perhaps a 30-inch longer piece. The varying lengths create a harmonious cascade effect that elongates the neckline while adding interest. Each piece should be visible on its own, with enough space between them to prevent tangling or visual clutter. For women over 50, thoughtfully layered jewellery offers an opportunity to showcase personal style while creating a contemporary, sophisticated appearance. The key is maintaining balance. If layering necklaces, perhaps keep earrings more minimal, or if wearing multiple bracelets, leave the neckline simpler. The most elegant women understand that jewellery should enhance rather than overwhelm. They select pieces with presence appropriate to their scale, avoiding both tiny, insignificant pieces that get lost and overly large statement pieces that appear costumey rather than refined. Secret number 17. The Hemline Harmony Rule. Elegant plus-size women understand the importance of finding their most flattering hemline and maintaining consistency across their wardrobe. They identify the length that creates the most balanced, flattering proportion for their unique body, rather than following arbitrary fashion rules about appropriate lengths. For many women, the most flattering hemline falls at or just below the knee, where the leg begins to taper. Others might find a slightly longer midi length that hits at mid-calf creates the most elegant proportion. The key is experimentation to find your personal sweet spot rather than adhering to outdated guidelines about age-appropriate lengths. For women over 50, finding this ideal hemline becomes even more important as it creates a consistent, intentional appearance across different outfits. Once identified, this flattering length becomes a signature element of their personal style, creating cohesion throughout their wardrobe. The most sophisticated women understand that proportion matters more than arbitrary rules. They choose hemlines that create balance with the upper body, ensuring the overall silhouette appears harmonious and intentional rather than randomly assembled. Secret number 18, the Footwear Foundation Principle. Plus-size women understand that shoes are the foundation of every outfit, both literally and figuratively. They invest in quality footwear with clean lines and appropriate proportions that complement their scale while providing necessary support and comfort. The key is choosing shoes with presence that stands up to a curvier frame without overwhelming it. Extremely delicate, spindly styles can appear disproportionate, while excessively chunky options can create visual heaviness. The sweet spot is moderate scale with refined details, perhaps a block heel rather than a stiletto, or a substantial flat rather than a barely there sandal. For women over 50, comfort becomes increasingly important without sacrificing style. Elegant women seek out brands that specialize in comfortable yet sophisticated designs, understanding that painful shoes inevitably lead to poor posture and diminished confidence, both antithetical to true elegance. The most sophisticated women invest in fewer, better shoes rather than accumulating trendy styles that quickly look dated or fall apart. Quality footwear in neutral colours that complement multiple outfits creates a more cohesive, refined appearance while providing the support necessary for graceful movement. Secret number 19. The Pattern Scale Strategy. Elegant plus-size women understand the impact of pattern scale on their overall appearance. They choose patterns proportionate to their frame, avoiding both tiny, busy prints that can appear chaotic and overwhelmingly large motifs that can distort the silhouette. The most flattering patterns for many plus-size women are medium-scale designs. Not so small they create visual vibration, not so large they overwhelm. The pattern should be clearly visible from a conversational distance without dominating the entire silhouette. For women over 50, thoughtful pattern selection becomes even more important as they seek sophisticated options that don't appear juvenile or dated. Contemporary patterns with some negative space, perhaps an abstract floral with space between motifs or a geometric design with clean lines, create a more modern, refined appearance than busy, cluttered prints. The most sophisticated women understand that pattern placement matters as much as scale. They choose patterns strategically placed to highlight their best features while creating balance throughout the outfit, perhaps a patterned top with solid bottoms or a patterned scarf that draws attention to the face. Secret number 20. The Outerwear Elevation Technique. Plus-size women never underestimate the importance of quality outerwear. They invest in impeccably tailored coats and jackets that elevate everything worn underneath, understanding that outerwear is often the most visible element of a winter outfit and creates an immediate impression. For plus-size women, the right coat should provide structure without bulk, definition without constriction. Elegant women choose styles with clean lines, quality fabrics, and thoughtful details like well-placed seaming that creates shape without excessive volume. For women over 50, a well-chosen coat can become a signature piece that defines their style. The most flattering options typically feature subtle shaping through the waist, a defined shoulder line without excessive padding, and a length that hits at the most flattering point, perhaps just below the hip or at mid-thigh. The most sophisticated women understand that outerwear should be an intentional part of the outfit rather than merely functional. They select coats and jackets in quality fabrics with clean lines that complement their overall aesthetic, creating a cohesive appearance from the outside in. Secret number 21, the confidence cultivation technique. Elegant plus-size women understand that confidence is their most powerful accessory. They carry themselves with poise and self-assurance, never appearing apologetic about taking up space or drawing attention. This inner confidence transforms how their clothing appears to others, elevating even simple pieces to look more sophisticated and intentional. For women over 50, this confidence becomes even more important as they navigate societal pressures around both size and age. Women focus on what they love about themselves rather than perceived flaws, dressing to highlight their best features rather than hiding their bodies completely. This confidence isn't about perfection, it's about self-acceptance and appreciation for their journey. When you feel good in what you're wearing, you project confidence. When you project confidence, what you're wearing looks better on you. This virtuous cycle is the foundation of truly elegant style at any size. The most sophisticated women understand that confidence comes from wearing clothes that fit properly, flatter their current body, and reflect their authentic personal style, not from chasing trends or attempting to dress like someone else. Secret number 22. The signature style development. Plus-size women develop a clear signature style that's instantly recognizable, yet continues to evolve subtly over time. They know what works for their body, lifestyle, and personal aesthetic, and stay true to these parameters while making small updates to keep their look current. For women over 50, developing a signature style creates a sense of confidence and authenticity. Rather than following every trend, they identify the silhouettes, colours, and styles that make them feel their best, then build their wardrobe around these elements. This signature style might include specific pieces like structured jackets or wrap dresses, a colour palette, perhaps sophisticated neutrals with occasional jewel tones, or an overall aesthetic, minimalist elegance or artistic eclecticism. Whatever form it takes, this consistent approach creates a cohesive, intentional appearance that signals style confidence. The most sophisticated women understand that signature style isn't about wearing the same thing every day. It's about creating a recognizable thread that runs through different outfits, creating a personal brand that's both authentic and evolving. Secret number 23, the strategic skin exposure. Elegant, plus-size women understand the power of strategic skin exposure, showing just enough to appear feminine and contemporary without looking inappropriate. They follow the principle of highlighting one area while keeping others covered, creating a sophisticated balance that's sensual without being overtly sexy. For women over 50, this might mean choosing pieces with an elegant boat neck to showcase the collarbone, or opting for three-quarter sleeves that reveal the wrist, often one of the most delicate and feminine parts of a woman's body. A subtle V-neck that shows just a hint of décolletage creates feminine allure without excessive exposure. The most flattering approach typically involves showing skin in unexpected places, perhaps a dress with an elegant cutout at the shoulder or a blouse with a keyhole detail at the neckline. These thoughtful elements create interest and allure while maintaining appropriate coverage elsewhere. The most sophisticated women understand that subtle exposure often creates more impact than obvious revelation. They choose pieces that suggest rather than display, creating an elegant mystique that's far more compelling than obvious exposure. Secret number 24, the posture perfection principle. Plus-size women understand that how they carry themselves is as important as what they wear. They maintain excellent posture at all times, shoulders back, spine straight, chin parallel to the floor, which instantly elevates any outfit and creates a more confident, commanding presence. For women over 50, good posture becomes even more important as it creates a more youthful, energetic appearance without requiring any changes to your wardrobe. Elegant women practice posture awareness throughout the day, perhaps setting reminders to check their alignment or incorporating exercises that strengthen core muscles and improve natural posture. The impact of this principle cannot be overstated. The most expensive outfit looks diminished when worn with slouched shoulders or a hunched back, while even simple clothing appears elegant when worn with perfect posture and confidence. This physical presence communicates self-assurance and commands respect regardless of size or age. The most sophisticated women understand that movement matters as much as static posture. They move with intention and grace, walking at a measured pace, sitting with dignity, and gesturing with purpose, rather than nervous energy. This physical presence becomes part of their personal brand, enhancing everything they wear. Secret number 25. The wardrobe curation discipline. Elegant plus-size women practice rigorous wardrobe curation, understanding that fewer, better pieces create more impact than an overflowing closet of mediocre items. They invest in quality garments that fit their current body perfectly, rather than accumulating trendy pieces or holding on to clothes that no longer serve them. For women over 50, this disciplined approach becomes even more valuable as they refine their personal style and prioritise comfort without sacrificing elegance. Women regularly assess their wardrobe, keeping only pieces that fit properly, flatter their current body, and bring them joy when worn. This curated approach creates a wardrobe where everything works together, eliminating the frustration of orphaned pieces that don't coordinate with anything else. Every item serves a purpose and reflects their authentic personal style, creating a cohesive collection rather than a random accumulation. The most sophisticated women understand that true luxury lies in having exactly what you need and nothing more. Quality over quantity, intentional selection over impulse purchasing. This thoughtful approach creates a wardrobe that serves them perfectly while reflecting their refined taste and style confidence. These styling secrets aren't about hiding your body or following arbitrary rules. They're about celebrating your unique beauty with confidence and sophistication. By incorporating even a few of these techniques, you'll elevate your appearance and project the elegance you deserve. Which secret will you try first? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure to check out one of these 2 videos for more great content.